Mastercam's Waterline toolpath is a 3D finish milling toolpath that creates flat XY passes with constant Z-axis step-downs in between. The mission of this toolpath has remained rather constant throughout its many years in the software. With the introduction of Mastercam 2022, Waterline has received some enhancements that significantly expand its abilities. The printer cartridge core shown here utilizes a traditional Waterline finishing toolpath with a 2mm step-down. This step-down value on this part exposes a weakness in the existing Waterline functionality. As we backplot through the path, we see that the tool completely ignores the flats on the part, sometimes leaving over a millimeter of unfinished stock on the bottom of a wall. The toolpath is giving us exactly what we asked for. Every vertical step-down is a constant 2mm. Unfortunately, these vertical steps almost never perfectly match up to the flats on real parts. There's a new option inside the Waterline toolpath parameters to solve this issue. Let's activate critical depths and regenerate the toolpath. The resulting operation now has machining passes where the tip of the tool is placed directly on every selected flat floor surface. Because of this, the vertical spacing can no longer be exactly 2mm. Instead, we are given equally spaced steps of up to 2mm in between each flat machining pass. Because this tool has such a long length of cut, we may not need all these step downs in between the flat machining passes. Back in the toolpath parameters, select Flats Only and regenerate. The resulting toolpath consists of full loop passes that correspond with each flat landing on the part. We may decide that the vertical steps are a little too irregular here. Perhaps we want to switch back to the constant 2mm step downs. There's another option in the critical depth dropdown called Include Contact Flats. Choose that and regenerate. We now see a Waterline toolpath with constant, closed-loop step-downs, with additional open-ended passes that machine directly on top of any flat floor surfaces. Instead of taking a full loop around the part anytime a flat is detected, we simply machine any area where the tool tip contacts a flat and continue to step down the part. The Waterline toolpath Contact Flats functionality in Mastercam 2022 is truly revolutionary. Essentially, this lets the Waterline toolpath perform an altogether different function compared to what it's known for. Back in the toolpath parameters, select Contact Flats Only and regenerate. The resulting toolpath is exactly what we'd expect to create from multiple contour toolpaths. We have created a single operation that finish machines every reachable wall on the part. Because the entire model is selected, we can be sure that we will never gouge the surface of the part if we're careless with lead-in and lead-out motion settings. We can also choose to extend these contact-only passes. Let's enter 20mm and regenerate. This will extend all open contours by 20mm. The coolest thing about these extensions is the fact that they follow the contour of the part. This guarantees that we will not see a gouge or 20mm of air cutting motion. Finally, if we only have certain flats that we wish to target, that behavior is possible as well. Back in the toolpath parameters, we have the manual version of all the strategies seen so far. Let's select Include Manual Mode, then select Auto Cursor Points at the depth of the target pockets and regenerate. Here we see the results of a more traditional Waterline pass that also includes cuts at specific depths. We can isolate the full loops at manually chosen depths with manual only mode. Include manual contact mode gives us fixed spacing waterline step-downs with additional passes that machine directly on top of our manually selected flat floor surfaces. And finally, we can completely isolate the floors we'd like to machine on top of with manual contact only mode. Using the 20mm extension here again creates excellent results. With these enhancements inside Mastercam 2022, the Waterline toolpath is now exploding with potential. These enhancements will not only change the way you approach surface finish machining, but it will also change how you add finish passes to 2D parts.